Hi, welcome to Delicious Dishes by Diana. And today I'm going to make some banana bread because I had some bananas that are ripe and they need to be made into something and not throw them away. And that is banana bread. I'm going to show you how that's done. We're going to start out with 3 ripe bananas. And they are very ripe. We're going to open those up. No skin. I'm going to take off that little edge there. There's one. 2. They smell very banana-y. There's banana bread. And I'm going to actually take and make banana muffins out of these instead of bread. But it's still the same concept. I'm going to take off that little edge piece that's yucky. Alright. 3 ripe bananas. My oven is preheated to 350. And I have my muffin papers in here, and then I spray the bottom of them with some nonstick cooking spray. Here is my list of ingredients. Screenshot that. Got it? Good. We're gonna mash these up. I'm using a hand mixer. You can do this by hand with a fork. I do not. Now we're going to put in our sugar. There's 3/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of white sugar. Actually, I put 3/4 cup of both, white and brown, because I'm making muffins. I want them just a little sweeter. The bananas are quite sweet anyway. Get that good mixed up. I'm going to add in my eggs. There we go. Eggs. 2 whole eggs. Large. No shells. I'm going to whip those in for a while. Quite loud. If you were here in person, I think it's louder in person than it is on the video. A little dark spot in my batter. That was just from a really ripe piece of the banana. That's all that was. 6 tablespoons of melted butter that was melted and now cooled. Now I'm going to add in a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract, and that is my homemade vanilla extract. And also going to add in a 1/3 cup of sour cream. Yes, sour cream. You don't have to use sour cream. You can use a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. You can use cooking oil. And do not use olive oil. It has a funky taste. So that's not good for cooking sweet desserts unless you're making an olive oil cake on purpose. So I'm using sour cream. You can use yogurt if you don't want to use sour cream. I use sour cream. It does not make the banana bread taste sour. Okay, I'm going to scrape the sides here. Alright. I'm going to do that. I've also pre-toasted and chopped a 1/2 cup or 3/4 cup of pecans. Show those to you. We'll hand stir those in just a minute. Now, let me show you my dry ingredients. Even though sugar is a dry ingredient, you put it in with a wet. I have baking soda, baking powder, salt, Himalayan salt, and cinnamon, and then 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This is a teaspoon, a 1/2 teaspoon, and a 1/2 teaspoon, and a teaspoon of all of those. That's baking soda, baking powder, Himalayan salt, and cinnamon. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to mix that together. Give it a little whisk. Mix it together. Then I'm going to slowly add this into the wet ingredients. sprinkle a little bit of this in there. About half of it. Slowly on low. Incorporate this. I don't want a cloud of flour. The rest of it. There we go. Really, this is it for banana bread now. We're going to divide it into our muffin cups. I'm going to scrape down the sides here real quick and hand stir in my pecans. There we go. Done with that. Scrape down the sides. Make sure I got the bottom real well. I did. Good. Here's my 3/4 of a cup of chopped pecans that were toasted. Toasted pecans taste way better than raw pecans. Just be sure and toast the pecans. They have such a better flavor. It's a big difference. I have a number 12 size disher, scoop. You want a cookie scoop, a disher. And I'm going to use that to measure out my muffins. 1, 2, 3, and the magic of television, 12. I'm going to cook this at 350 for about 25 to 35 minutes, and I'll test it with a toothpick. It should be about 190 with a, if you use a instant read thermometer. But here I have my oatmeal crumble to sprinkle on top. I'm going to put a little bit of that on top of each muffin. I had a little bit left in the bottom of the bowl, and I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to make a small little helping with my ramekin here, and I sprayed it with non-stick cooking spray. Ta-da! It's in the oven. I'm going to clean up my mess while this is cooking. It will be, like I said, 35 minutes maybe, but I'll test it with a toothpick. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. I got it clean. It took me 5 minutes. Let me show you. Ta-da! Now I have to put them away, but ta-da! Ta-da! I just like saying ta-da because it means that I did something good and pat myself on the back. The banana muffins are ready. I'm going to show them to you. Look at those. They're beautiful. Here's one here that I just cut and took the paper off of, and I put some butter on it. Ooh, yum. So here's a muffin. Oh, they smell so good. There's the extra one that I made. I didn't put any of the granola on top. That's the word I couldn't think of earlier, was the oats and the pecans. It was granola. Doesn't that look good? Woo! Can't wait. Taste it. I'm going to taste it right in front of you. So I'm going to taste the top part of it. I'm going to eat a bite of the top part of it because that was the part that had all the granola on top. Banana. Sweet. Not too sweet. Moist. Cannot taste the sour cream at all. That dark sugar, that dark brown sugar, not dark brown, but it's a brown sugar. Adds a hint of molasses. The cinnamon is not overpowering. You can taste it. That, banana bread. Yum. You need to make some. So good. Thank you, Lord, for bananas. and ripe bananas. Thank you for joining me today on Delicious Dishes by Dianna. I hope you make some banana bread. It's so good. See you next time.